the music.
Dream, defer. You are now tuned in. Breathe. Trust your process. Dream, defer. You are now tuned in. Breathe. Trust your process. Dream, defer.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Dutchie checking in. It is Tuesday, and we are live here on Dream Deferred. I got something special for you guys. This episode is brought to you in part by My Street. Rep where you're from, where you reside, and hang out at. Edgewood, Moreland, and Peter Street hats are currently available, plus limited edition items. Be sure to follow the brand on Instagram so you can be the first to know when new streets are released. The IG page is at Shop My Streets. Hey, we also might be coming up with a giveaway, so you want to check that out. And I've got a giveaway to talk about later on. First things first, though, I want to introduce you guys to the 25th episode of Dream Deferred podcast. Like, that's big and crazy for me. It's been some hiccups on the way, and I've got some announcements for you at the end, but you don't want to miss tonight because I've got a special guest here with me. And it just doesn't seem, right to have a 25th episode without having somebody I've known for probably over 25 years, right?
Definitely.
So,
and it's also 25, so.
Right, yes. You look 22, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yeah. So I've got my boy here, Akeem Toure. He's been on before, but not like tonight. And I'm very excited because we got a great topic and some great interview questions. And I know he's got some great wisdom and stuff for us. But before we can get started, I want you to tell us who you are.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So, hello, Dream Deferred podcast audience listeners. Shout out to Danny Dutchie. First of all, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
On 25 episodes. That's a milestone. Some people ain't been, dealing with the same person for 25 days, let alone, 25 weeks and 25 long episodes. So big shout out to you. And I love what you're doing with the Dream Deferred podcast. I'm so proud of you and humbled and honored to be here today. It's lit.
He's too much.
It's lit.
Yes. Shoot, I'm lit. I'm slick lit because of the temperature change constantly. You don't know what to wear.
It's Atlanta, so you don't know whether you need swimming trunks or thermals.
I mean, Cat Williams had me rolling talking about it. He was like, we just skip fall. Like, we went from summer to winter.
And then back to summer.
Yeah, we like easing back into summer. I don't even think spring is making an appearance. So tonight is episode 25. Tonight's topic is seek out the potential, positivity, and purpose in all those you meet. And so I have like this goodie bag of topics, and I'd like throw them at my guests, and I say, hey, which one do you want? And then they all scream and yell. No, not really, but this was perfect. It was like the 25th episode, the 25th topic I had on my list, and to someone I've known for so long. So, but I do want to kind of define a couple of topics, and what I love, for one, I just want to say this, just a quick word of inspiration, because this guy's definitely an inspiration to me, but bigger than that, and what's the basis behind this. I actually came up with I don't even think you know this, but I came up for the name of this podcast here at your place.
Did you?
I did. I mean,
here at the NCrwd Manor?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. But I'll tell you the backstory on that.
That's
lit.
lit.
Get into that live, but
okay.
Yes. So Keem is definitely one of the people that kind of pushed me to do it and was definitely behind me from day one. And so if he's proud, I'm proud. I'm happy. But I like that I can take my own feel to it, and I'm very big on entertainment, but I'm also big on learning. And so what I did was put together some definitions basically for these 3 P's that we have here. And so for me, potential is unused or untapped ability. Positivity I would define as energy, which creates more, meaning more energy, action, gravity, etc. And purpose is like your theme and direction on your roadmap. That's if you choose to, pretty much tune into the right GPS or station. So, I think it's sometimes difficult, but it's always essential for us to find deep, rich, and lasting relationships and experiences. So, what was your initial, why did you decide to, you wanted to talk about this topic? What spoke to you the most? And
Well, let me
or lease.
Let me go back a little bit.
Yeah, you can go whatever way you want to go.
We started talking about weather and stuff, and I want to let the people know,
it's hot.
Who's here, who they're listening to today.
For sure, yeah, do that.
But Akeem Toure, I am the founder of NCrwd Creative Agency. We started out as a music management group, and I've always loved music, and I think Danny knows. I know Danny knows that because we both grew up in the church, doing music, whether it was instruments or singing or stepping or whatever. So, managed my very first artist, RJ Temple, back when I was in high school, and decided that this is really what I wanted to do. So I went to Georgia State, got my degree in it, and ended up with an internship over with Neo at Compound Entertainment. Worked there for about a year and a half, and then moved on to a mentor of mine actually started his own music label, his own music management group. And so I went and I did the public relations for all of his clients over there. Did that for about 4 or 5 years. Definitely have a passion for creating myself. So writing, even a little bit of production, definitely A&R, and, listening to different talents and trying to put the pieces to the puzzles where they really fit and they're the most effective and profitable, and dope. So yeah, just a little bit of everything, and just really been blessed to work with a lot of amazing people, a lot of amazing artists that, have their music heard all over the world. So, I appreciate this platform to be able to even tell, my story a little bit and let people know kind of what I've been through and even what I'm going through now, because I think the beautiful part about your podcast is that it's so practical for people that are out here grinding every single day. The lessons that you're going over, it's almost like school, really. It's like school for leaders. And I think that's really, 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 really dope. So, I wanted to go back and kind of let y'all know who I is real quick. And, you had a question, but I want to make sure I answer.
It's okay. I'm stuck. He was
I'm usually good at going back, and I was like, I couldn't remember the question.
It was a lot. You gave so much, so many good things there. But one thing you said was it's like a class for leaders. So like I like that. And I mean, I think that just further kind of builds onto what I have hopefully coming very, very soon for you guys. But I just wanted to know, what spoke to you about potential positivity and purpose, and people that you meet. Like, why is that important to you? What does that mean to you? And how do you see that in the relationships you have?
Honestly, I think potential was the word that stuck out to me. It was like we're in this time right now where anything is possible. We're literally seeing the first and the seconds and the thirds now of so many, different ethnicities being kind of displayed and put on the forefront and given accolades and things like that. I felt like potential was just the right word at this particular time, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. I feel like there are so many things going on and they all have so much potential. So I was like, look, when a word jumps out at you, you grab it. So that's what we did.
That's dope.
Yeah.
For sure. I think potential for me is just important because even like, I have a big passion and heart for working with kids, and I think you do it because you see potential in someone. I would say even, what you do with your creative agency and, like what we're doing with NCrwd, is totally based on that because you don't really know for sure what something's going to happen. So it's like a step of faith. It's, what I'm saying? And you're taking a risk, either managing a client or taking on a client or saying, yes, we can do this through a contractual agreement. All of that is based on potential. And then, I mean, for me, positivity and purpose, I would say that for me, some of that is like how you go about things. And then the purpose is just your why and kind of what guides you. But the next thing, one thing I wanted to know is like, when have you ever found yourself not seeking out potential or positivity and purpose, and then what has that done or what has it led to?
I wish that the answer to that was sometimes, but it's not. Like there's never a second that I think my mind isn't thinking, okay, how can this work better? Or, what is the thing about this thing? What is the it factor about this thing, this idea, this conversation? I always want to get down to the root of things and kind of know the with them or the what's in it for me. Get to the point. Why are we talking? Why are we discussing whatever we're talking about? So my brain is always kind of going. You know what I'm saying? It's always like, I feel like it's a million things going at one time. But honestly, when you're around so many different people, it's almost like electricity and like lightning rods just kind of going off of one another. And that's exactly why I feel like that, because there's always some kind of energy coming at me, and it's not bad. It's good. It's like, oh, here's this idea that I thought about. So let me shoot you this through text, and I'm in the middle of something that's real cool. So then I have to kind of stop, or I got ADD, so I'm all over the place.
I think we all do, or something like you get stamped at birth if you're like creative or something, because and what is crazy is like I feel like I've dealt with it all of my childhood.
Yeah,
it was there, like your sexuality is probably there, like from childbirth, but like it doesn't come out till later on, and like things show you that it's there, and what makes it different about being a kid, like you can skip days of practice on something, you can or you can do more, you can switch activities. Like now it's more costly for us to just pick up and change. Like there's a different type of investment there, and so it's like you have more respect. If you wanted to figure it out,
you needed to do it back then.
You did, or right now the way you're figuring out, you have to be pretty strategic. You know what I'm saying? It's almost got like this prescribed plan in a sense, and for me that's hard because I'm a fly by the seat of your pants. Like I'm an orange person, which is great. Because
I like that you
it
said
helps, in creative instances. But for me, I also know that means I have to be in creative spaces where that can flourish, right? And so if I'm in too much of a blue-green environment or even gold, like it could be bad. But
oh man, not the blue, green, and gold.
Yes, man, that stuff is real. But if you can get with a team where you have those present, man, it could be really, amazing stuff. And I've had that opportunity.
So let me turn this around a little bit, because I know you thought this was going to be an interview about me.
No, I didn't. I didn't think. I'm just prepared. That's why I think my blue side hanging out. I can't. Your blue side. Okay. I can prepare. I'll do it just like this. But yes, I can.
So you're talking about colors as kind of characteristics. Walk me through some of these primary colors that you're shouting out, and what are some of the, because some people out here now might be a blue, or they might be a green, or heaven forbid they might be a gray. But you need to know that.
So yeah, I think it is helpful working in groups of people, especially maybe if you have like a small business or like a small team you're working with. I think it would be important to identify that. I think you just look up like color personality tests, and it's not anything you have to hang to like it's the Bible or anything like that, or the Quran. But I think it is interesting. And so the orange color is like a person that may be creative, but we may lack certain discipline skills. We may be very witty. We may, could come up with lots of ideas. Improv is easy. Blue is more organized. I think gold is like super detail. Like there's different ones, and I'm not very familiar with the other ones because they're just, not to say they don't apply to me, but in the like I said, I don't hang to this like Bible or like horoscopes, but I think all those things are kind of important. Like I think they all make some sense, and you apply them, when you need to.
So I gotta ask, what am I? What am I? What color am I? If you had to give me a color, what color am I?
Shoot. Out of those 4 colors, I would say.
And then why?
Yeah, so I would say that I would probably definitely say like your secondary might be orange. I could be wrong, but I'm going to say your secondary is orange. I think my secondary is blue. I want to say your primary though is like green or gold, but one of them I know it's not, because you also can be very cool about things at the same time.
Okay. Like, I like that.
Like you're
you hear
very
that, listeners?
like
I can be cool.
Like he's cool in the sense of working under pressure about things. Like some people will pretty much lose their shit like if some stuff does not work out how they need it to. But that's why I say I think your secondary color is orange, because you have that problem solving ability in time, in crunch time. But you're very, organized in a sense. Like he's not type A crazy organized, but it's probably like me where like it's there.
Yeah.
But you've got more of the, I think he's got, guys, he didn't mention it. He has, this man is, we're gifted with stuff, but he's also risen to the occasion. He has his degrees in this stuff that he does. And so he doesn't come from just of course it's a place of, that's who he is, like identity wise, but then he has the credentials to match. So, tell people a little bit more about what NCrwd does, because I don't think they know, and I want them to be able to, one question I want to know, like, how do you